president's mask. Tonight, an outward sign of another COVID hotspot at the White House.
North Carolina is Trump country.
At least 5 Pence associates are COVID positive, including his chief of staff, Mark Short, said to have mild symptoms.
I think he's doing well, so hopefully the prognosis will be really good.
Longtime outside political advisor Marty Obst and others unnamed. Despite close contact, Pence is not in quarantine. Aides say he and the second lady tested negative again today, so he headed to North Carolina. Top White House officials defend that choice, calling candidate Pence an essential worker. Under CDC guidance, essential workers should wear masks and keep distance, but are not required to stay home 14 days.
As an essential worker, we're talking about people going out to vote. We're talking about people, essential workers going out and campaigning.
Today, the president got up close with many maskless voters at an apple orchard in Maine.
That's great, isn't it?
While in New Hampshire,
you know who got it? I did.
The president said nothing about new infections on Pence's team, while ignoring evidence COVID is spreading.
We're rounding the turn. Even without the vaccines, we're rounding the turn. It's going to be over.
Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows conceded the White House is focused on treatment, not prevention.
We're not going to control the pandemic. We are going to control the fact that we get vaccines, therapeutics, and other mitigation.
Why aren't we going to get control of the pandemic?
Because it is a contagious virus, just like the flu.
Yeah, but why not make efforts to contain it?
Kelly, is the vice president making any other adjustments given his exposure now?
Well, aides say that he has canceled local interviews in order to keep distance and also dropped the usual practice politicians have of what's known as a rope line, a chance to greet supporters after events like the rally he's holding now. That's been dropped as well. But he will be traveling this week with stops in Minnesota and the Carolinas on his agenda. Kate?
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.